All greatest shalom, wonderful subscribers, viewers of MMS. It's dimly an honor given unto you, having your ear open and turn up to your spirit and hear what the message of the angel of the Lord is actually here for. Now, I'll be this very glad as you would also have the interest of paying more attention to this wonderful message. I want to be myself in power. I want to be myself in authority. I want to be myself, a great self of my great identity, my self-esteem, so that when I utter a word, it shall not be like a weak vessel unto you, because I speak, and you shall have this tongue of mine, a kind of fire, a kind of air breath, a kind of food, a kind of power you deserve. If you truly are called by the Lord, you are not just being called. Anybody who hears the call in the voice of the Lord, it means that a messenger is such a person. So you don't have to say you have been called. But being called means that is the rising time, the time that you have to begin your work. So there are some people who actually began this work as early and very early, even in their most distress. They got up early and began to do their work. Now, as they that really began this work early, you don't know what they have gone through. So all the hell and pain that you actually must have gone through is when you made it early and now having a setback reward. The setback reward is when you are waiting though, but still having a kind of spirit that is motivating and keeping you up and going. Will you not give it a shout to the Lord and say that the Lord has decreed that you should make a loud of a noise unto the whole world that he dwells and operates in? You are not to go make noise about unnecessary things, but things that are concerning the Lord so much in the holiness and creation. You are not to make any noise about marriage, because there's no marriage word that is to be lauded. The marriage issue is actually silent. The Lord is so silent on such marriage. And that if you have anything about such marriage, just somebody who embraces the voice of the Lord from heaven, that is the first marriage unto him. And it's not a marriage that you people call as wife and husband. It's never true. The Lord himself is the husband. So if he needs anything or best product from earth, it means he will take out the best from earth and make it what he wishes to be, his best answers. Now, the Lord making his best choices. Look, it is possible the Lord can only change a man or a creature to whatever he wishes that it befits him. So it doesn't matter whether you are a man or a woman. The Lord Almighty, the Creator, he can create you, he can make you a new creature, because he's of this power that nothing can change you. The hen, the fowl, and all of that that actually make noise in your ears are not watching it, but you have to just carry it through. It's all spiritual battles, like a cat or a heart or fowl is actually competing, only trying to make you a confused person. But I decree by the sword, I decree by the chisels that make things that people even worship. I decree by the books that people even reference to, that claim to be truth or not truth. I decree again by the spirit that is of that age, old times of the Lord, as is new today. So everything old times of the Lord is what? The one who carries the times. So that we are not talking about age competing, who is mature, who is not, and who is old and who is young. That's not what is here. I decree again that if by the skies of the heavens and you cannot see through, but something on a screen or television can show you what is happening, wow, you have to give glory, shout to the Lord and powerful warrior of the Lord. Because the Lord is actually with his holy sword, and that sword is working. And both sides of this world, being it physical or invisible, is actually what the Lord still dwell in. And he's that immortal and mortal. He cannot be a spirit without flesh. The Lord is without spirit and flesh. He is both with us, and having a different creation that he would have also made. You don't know how a new creature will be. A new creature actually will tell you what you have to do early and what you must also throw away. Now, the most people who actually come up there and tell you the Lord has said to them this and that, they actually don't, they have no message. The Lord has spoken nothing to them. Because at the end, you will see that every one of them will end up being what? Talking about marriage. For the rains, the early rains were formed as the ones who were born as from heaven began their work early. So the early rains came, the latter days rain came, and nobody has really seen it. Now, it's for this time, but some of them are really tuned and are actually telling people that this is not true when you have a Holy Spirit or an angel in flesh. There are most people out there who actually don't know what it takes to be a Holy Spirit. They don't know that they themselves can be a Holy Spirit partner if they truly carry the right message. You don't have to be a fallen angel to be a Holy Spirit. That one is out. You don't have to be a fallen man of God to say you are a Holy Spirit. Now, all that has been judged already, that have been judged in you as flesh, where you have fallen, that is where you cannot become what somebody is now. Because there are most people who have not defiled their estate. Yes, you shall not reduce the Lord your God or Almighty the Creator to a child. Whoever has given birth, know very well that you have made the Lord a child first. Because you are to win the battles to that extent. Now, if it's the will of the Spirit that you are to give birth, like it would have been simple. Like, that is it. For a man of God to give it, it is only the Spirit of the Lord that controls it. Now, for such an example, a typical example is when you saw Lazarus being raised by what? Somebody whose birth was to prophet Lazarus. Whose birth is that? You saw the John by what? Zachariah prayer. How if Zachariah had to have a prayer answered in birth, and then you have Zachariah. So Zachariah had to live, and Zachariah has lived and lived and lived. And he didn't know that, and his prayer being answered by the angel, so he couldn't just give it, but to give it to an angel, because the angel lived already before the flesh being formed. So the angel was right before his Lord to form the flesh, so that he comes and the right vessel will search for its right counterpart and then get into it and dwell. Now, at the same time, before Christ was born, you had what? Lazarus and Zachariah, all these kind of messages. You have to know the kind of link. If there be life, there be also something, a connection. Now you cannot have any Christ who was before time and after time. Also now, as if there be no such things, that there should be no connection. So if there be any connection, or for someone to be so stubborn and crazy about this kind of lifestyle we live, now that just somebody should be crazy. But being crazy in the Lord in power, that even the word craziness should heal somebody. But when an unclean person mention craziness, it means truly it's crazy. But even with me, it wouldn't sound crazy when I'm talking about it. But when you speak the right thing and somebody waste it, that'll be the time you speak it, and it shall be giving you what? Good answers. Things that wouldn't actually work for somebody will work for you. Why? Because if it's happening at the right time, you know what language you speak. If you are in the night or you are waking up dawn and doing your things at that dawn, the language you speak are so different. It's so different. Because the spirit at that moment, you have an opportunity to doing such things. But when it's daytime and you have all noise and people getting up and doing this, like when your enemies arises, and that is the time you think you have to pray, my friend, you would have set up certain things first. And so the Lord wishes to see the one who actually hears him when he was talking that night, that midnight. Those who were born at night, the Lord had a conversation with them that same night. So if you are waking up in your waking life and you do not have any voice of the Lord speaking to you in the heavens, then I don't know you. Then you don't hear the voice of the Lord indeed. If you were born midnight, the Lord will definitely speak to you midnight. I want to let you know. So that if you now hear the Lord daytime, you know him already. So that it won't be a different voice communicating to you. That time you were born, the Lord had known you already. But not everyone who was born. Because for such people who the Lord have known, the Lord formed the people. It's not through marriage, the child or people bearing children. That is not the kind of children the Lord have known. So the Lord have no actually any covenanting. It is for self-claim and claim, certain claims that makes people believe it. But those who were born and formed by the Lord is not a belief. It is what? Something that exists. That is not a belief. It doesn't take a belief system to be a child of God. It is not. For those who are really already in the system, they are already in existence. They exist with the Lord. The Lord go with them day and night. And you don't know, moving and hoving in the Spirit of the Lord and the Spirit of the Lord hoving in you, you don't know what it takes. It's more than deadly, but the life that is given after deadly is more than just having yourself also what? As a king or as a ruler on earth or ruling somewhere in the kingdom. It's my very great gratitude, a pride of the Lord this time to share with you somebody. Now, if you have anything to do, that time you are awoken to doing your wonderful. So some people actually feel lazy to wake up because there is a need. There's a reason. But if you have the strength to wake up and begin to do what you are supposed to do right now as early, well, you should give that thanks. Be that happy. Be that strong when you wake up that right time and to do what you're supposed to do. Like you carry out the activity, assignment you are given, you have to actually give it up quickly and deliver quickly and begin to create. Tell people the wondrous of the works and things you have done as what? Evidence of your work, a testimony, living testimony. You don't have to have this thing as a kind of picture or somebody telling about you. But you yourself, can you really tell yourself what you are? Now, if a prophet see it about you and you yourself, you don't know yourself or you don't see yourself, it means that is automatically there's a kind of dispute. That person who claims to be seeing is not actually seeing your true self because you yourself, you don't know yourself. But if you know yourself and they begin to they see that thing or they confirm that you are this person and you also confirm it, that is the happiness of the Lord, that you know yourself, your true self, your real flesh, not the flesh of somebody, not the flesh that is being taken off by an clean spirit like dust. No. If you are not that hungry and somebody get up and feed you by this night or this dawn, what would you think it is? The Lord is so amazing. And so somebody want to only make you a dog or fowl. That is why you hear this sound right now. How we can hear that? I'm not a fowl, so it's a battle by the sword. Now I begin to communicate the sword power. That if there be any truth, let people tap into the what? The wisdom of the Spirit. And the Spirit is light. And that light is where the person who was born at midnight, the early morning, the early rain. It just rained right now. But have you also experienced these showers over there? It means there is an angel who wakes up and dies, dive into things and relationship that is of the Lord the Spirit. Now, you will just know that I just finished bathing and it rained. Why? Because there is a holiness attached with this. It's not about what people prophesy. Now, this was not a prophecy of them, but this is beyond prophecy because this is also creation. Now, prophecy does not create, but if it takes years and time difference to create in prophecy, but something is also now. It's even raining if you don't know, in the spirit and to your flesh. Now, the enemy will hate to see you do what is right, so that they also try to take a possession of you. And I'm not so showing that. I'm showing what is really existing. What you do when the spirit is available and you use it, well, they'll be so happy about you. Look, even in your dying state, they will raise you. You'll be given life because you are not competing with just things. But if it's everything, spirit and inanimate and objects and all of that, then it's now what? Flesh and spirit fighting. This time, right, it's not just as you heard Christ said it, that it's not by blood and flesh that is fighting, but what? Yes, but it is. If it's not by blood and flesh, what do you think you benefit from that if it's not going to respond to your flesh? So these are kind of things you actually need. The understanding you need, the wisdom of it, is when he has said it and has won over that, and somebody is here to also show you the new way of it and the manifestation of what he said and the reality of now. And you now see that. And so seeing this is really you having your flesh suffering what somebody has done in the spirit against you. If that's having a connection, then you should know it's both spirit and flesh and blood. You better know that. Because if you never get up and cook, never expect anything or anybody to give you food. Now, if it's my prayer or communication or my doing, my way of life or work of my heavenly duties, that actually should reward me more, then I have cooked already. So after this, I'll be eating. But I would have given you also the strength you need right now. Over a distance, because there's no spiritual difference. There's no distance when it comes to what? The great spirit or presence of the Lord. It only carries the speed to reach you there, right there, somebody right now. Be that person who is so much also happy when you see the spirit giving you strength, you get up and do their will. So that you take out all that is trying to be an image of you. They are just mimicking, just trying to represent you and carrying you in there. The good of you is with them, and you also what? Being manipulated and being tormented of their unclean life. How do you think this is it? If you like that, and I show you that way. And that way is when you see somebody doing the right thing. Now, if you fail to do the right thing, you know what happens? You will suffer so many things. And then when you begin to suffer, there will be nobody for you. There will be actually no one. No one. Because what is doing this and communicating to you is what? A palace. There is a kingdom. So when you have a kingdom, you definitely have the palace, like a place you sit, a dwelling place of the Lord, not where people come and sin or drop their sin. There is no king in this world that you say he has called people to actually come and drop their sin, their unclean life with him. No, I'm not one of that. I show you within a generation all that is true and what is not true. And you are living in more than a reality. Days that are actually real. The Almighty, the Creator Himself. All those who have come in the name of the Lord, claiming something, you are told already, not everyone that mentioned the name of the Lord, Father, Father, or this, that it shall be open unto. For there are many who actually speak only with their mouth, but their spirit is not connected anyway. They don't have the doing, or their heart is not living. So a heart that is not living cannot give you life. Unless the Lord he wants to make a miracle, to make something happen, because that is the only available opportunity that you'll be given. I'm not communicating to you as somebody who's a preacher to you. Now, I'm not going to be a preacher. Of all that you have already been given and told, even if you can find it in what that I'm saying too. But I will give you that because that's not the path that I'm creating. I live in my kingdom and I rule over it. And I show you what is happening in the kingdom, outside the kingdom too. I'm only giving you this voice, a voice that is so pure that is to be giving you the healing. Like what I need now is to have this sound intelligence. And I got it. You too. Have you received that? I'm just supposed to give you this if you are so opportunist to this day, like an hour like this. I'm cooking. Yes. I'm preparing something. So in the heavens, we prepare something. We don't expect someone to prepare for it, but it would have wished that somebody prepared. But is that thing going to be clean or sanctified? He said, that day we were born, we were sanctified. So that very day I was born, I was in my light and I bathed. And not just bathing, I was giving what? Things to cleanse my body through what? Vegetation, the environment. So the environment cannot go against me. Even if there are claims that people can corrupt such things in the environment, but I heal it. So as I heal it, things are being made whole in the Lord. So it bringeth also the rain, the latter rains. So I receive my latter rains. Are you also one that receive it? Are you that person? So that if your flesh is suffering because there's a spiritual what implication, look, it's better you get up and do what the Lord, the will of the Lord. So the Lord knows those who have suffered many things. But that thing, if you have also given birth to what? A righteous vessel, that righteous vessel will always fight for you. It will fight for you. Look, no matter what somebody trying to do, like impersonate you or try to say that you are this person, I delete every word that is spoken against you that is false. But if you yourself also have some kind of connection, then you take the Lord, the stronger part of the Lord, the sword of the Lord, the air of the Lord, the fire of the Lord to redeem you. And so I want to say a very big thank you and shout out to you all who also share this content and share with your friends, because you know there won't be nobody like this ever to do such things for you. It takes only the Lord in his righteousness to do such beautiful things. Now, anything that is beautiful is actually beautiful because there is a good side that is seeing the beauty, and so producing the good is what you are seeing. Don't say the beautiful things are ugly or you reward it to what a devil you don't know. How beautiful do you think a devil is? How wonderful do you see a person is that you not see the wonders of their life? That they could not give up their best also and give you that you deserve it. Somebody having two cars, he would not give you one. At least someone would have presented, someone would have made an offer. Some of them have made an offer to me, an honor, shown that I deserve it. They could give me even their whole car that if I need it, I should come and pick it and drive around. Such a person is different among also so many others. But do you think the devil wouldn't use an opportunity given a flesh to also what maybe misbehave? You have no idea. So if you have something given, a gift you have decided to give someone, you have to do it on time, giving it at the right time. You will just be surprised that the Lord can turn a miracle into what? A kind of water unto you, a kind of flowing miracle. He can make it like a kind of air unto you so that when you breathe it, you know you have received something. Now, before you receive that thing, you would have received the strength first. So the Lord give you strength before. So the Lord will not prepare you that you will do well. You shall have this. You shall receive this prosperity. Look, if you don't have strength to receive what is blessing, blessing will collapse on you and you die or being destroyed. And it's not about death, but how you be destroyed, and nobody can raise you again. That is where there's a problem. But if your days will be that even when you are being collapsed or something fallen upon you and you have life or the angels working, you see you rise up again. Yes. That time it does not require prayer again, but because the spirit is made manifest, there is available power of the Lord. You don't have to go carry out mission of somebody or ministry of somebody if you don't know what it takes, the foundation. It's hard for you to do this, but simple for people to be deceived also by that same way. But it's all a solid foundation of they that raise it and speak it of their own fruit. Don't say there's a day coming for you. What have you done to deserve that day coming? What do you think you do in that day coming? What would you be doing that day? But so many people actually have been given work to do, and they dwell in the presence of the Lord. I say there are some people who actually will be what? Placed under the strong upside, the strength of the Lord Almighty. As He giveth them strength, He does also work again. and manifest his power and his will for them. He has good thoughts. I have a very powerful thoughts for you, not a thought of somebody. But these things that we build, we wish that the Lord giving us a power to create for you what you didn't have. And we have created so much. We have done so much. Don't you say it needful that the Lord giving you something, then it should be the best? I want to tell somebody, if you need this day as a blessing to you, you don't have to receive blessing from cursed people. Those who are cursed actually cannot give blessing. But it takes only the word of the Lord. I say, for they that have been blessed already. When a curse of any unclean person or unrighteous person comes before you, shall not be cursed by what? Blessing. Like, you know that when it says somebody who is of life should die, it definitely won't be death. It will give him multiple of life. Or you will say that and you will die and the person will live because you have cursed what is living. Because you have cursed life. And of all who have cursed us, because they have not known what we are and have paid us of something unclean other than what we have done. For I have just bowed now and given you what pure state of something. You know that so many things will happen, strange, mighty things again. For they that have cast out wrongly, the mighty author of life will descend upon those things, that you know the Lord who made it. So that if you are the one that is under the bosom of the Lord like this, to say, as for you, you said it, but I will turn you out from that time. So that as it happens somewhere to somebody, you won't be one that also is disturbed by this. So get up and do what you're supposed to do right. Do it at the right time. If I don't go out there and bring you the shot or screen of things, the beauty of the Lord, how do you think it will get to you? Where and who will bring it? Are you that person also giving? Are you that person receiving the Lord's own without giving him also what you have received? And you always expect from the Lord? That is not the way. It's not a way of life. It's not a way of life. Somebody must show you the path. Yes, you should look around, taking some wonderful closer shots of places. Now, if the Lord just take a look or take a look around a place, he would have healed that place already. Trust that the Lord has done it. You know, I wouldn't be showing you that you should just trust. No, because there's a spirit in what I'm doing. There's a communication, there's a speed, there's a giga fire. So that when I say trust something, I'm not giving you a burden. I have already what? Giving you so much that the Lord have paid off. Yeah, he have paid it already. There is so much. Now, if you don't know who is doing this wonderful thing, you call him black, but he's not black. He that makes this thing himself is not black. But you will see it as what? Maybe where you are and you are enjoying it, maybe you have black people around you, and that is why you think there's a kind of life that is coming from there. No, it's flowing from a river or a life of heaven or a flesh that is not black. You can see it with your eyes like black, but it's not black. So that you don't have to say it is black, you are giving your best to or glory. But when you light up, do you see it black? No, that is the meaning. He that dwelleth in the light is light already. Yes. Say the Lord has done this. Now he be the Lord who is always doing this. What would you take the Lord for? You just look at him as what? A wonderful holy person. For holiness is everything that guarantees the real powerful life. You shall have nothing, you shall receive nothing if there be no holy connection to that. So there are people who are very unintelligent. And you know that there's a voice that is communicating more than just holy. So don't corrupt it even with anything again. For all that they claim the Lord is, if you haven't received it or receive it not to, also see that the one who carry life is different. I'll be after this break. Right back. Thank you. I have so much to do. The food is more than ready, and we just have to attend to it also right now. Yes, there is a fade off, like somebody's saying, that the way that you fall. Really? Is that also the plan of the Creator? Your Lord, the Lord that made you? Do you think He has also such plans for you? Maybe people don't see or take a look around you, what is on their screen. There is a Lord that is mighty. But if that Lord be not holy, you cannot receive of him the best. Because until you see that strength coming up from him truly, anywhere you are receiving it, that will require of you another life, and you shall lose it. I want to say thank you so much for your attention and giving sharing power. Thank you.